what's the overall cost, beginning to end, if somebody wanted to come and get the exact same car or similar car built?
Depending on how much carbon and titanium they want to run. Normally, with like this car, you'll be, at the end of it, you'll be anywhere from 250 to 280.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Minnoxide podcast. I'm your host, Harris, aka Minnoxide, man of many automotive aspirations, and I'm here with my Ford-loving co-host, Dan.
Yeah.
Mr. Garage. Got a garage.
Mr. Garage. Got a garage.
All right, off to a great start already.
Yeah.
And today we are, what city are we in? Temple, Georgia?
Temple.
Right? We are here with Quentin Reece of
Reece Brothers Race Cars.
It's like one of those say it 3 times fast sort of
Right,
things.
100%. Yeah, it's about 9 pages long.
And today we ended up here because I was just talking about this off camera already, but Abdullah, who we had on the podcast 6 episodes ago, said we should come check you guys out out here. So go ahead, tell us a little bit what it is you guys do, and we'll go from there.
Well, we do full-blown turnkey race cars. Used to just be chassis work, but now it's kind of developed into doing start to finish. So now we do full chassis work to powder coat, to paint, to wiring, to plumbing, turnkey, to the track racing. As just overall, that's pretty much what we do.
So how did all this start, I suppose? I mean, how far back does this go?
Since I was like a child. I'm not 30, so I mean, before I was born, Phil, my dad's always built race cars for himself and his buddies, stuff like that. And then I would say in 2018, when he was kind of getting out of manufacturing, he wanted us to do it full time. It's like, let's try it. I've always done it. I think I could do it. And 18 started with some projects that he already kind of had mixed in. And then in 2020, right before the pandemic happened, I came on to kind of help do a little bit of structuring because it was kind of just throw it to the wind and kind of hope it works good.
Yeah.
But
handshake deals, like, yeah, I'll do your car.
Like,
yeah.
Yeah, please. Like now it's a little more formal. Obviously, you can always improve, but that's pretty much how we've been going that way, and then kind of expanded every year. It seems like business-wise, work-wise, we quadrupled in projects for the first 4 years that we were kind of since I was on. And then whenever we started doing our own wiring in-house, we kind of stepped back a little bit to try to make sure that we can get everything going through good scheduling-wise without over-promising and under-delivering.
Okay.
So
how many projects are you guys kicking out like every year here?
Anywhere from 15 to 20 projects total.
Okay.
Full build-wise, I would say complete full builds, we're probably at 10 to 12.
Okay.
And then we'll have our occasional front clip, wreck repair, back half, wiring job, plumbing, stuff like that. They kind of sprinkled in throughout the year.
So you will still do it all then? Like if somebody wants to come in and just something, I say small, but I'm sure there's no small part of any of this.
Right, yeah. It always evolves. We always joke because car will come in for setup. Sometimes we'll have like, oh, well, we really don't work this way. We really need to look at the chassis, what's wrong with it. And then it turns into, oh, well, we really need to like back half this car, or we need to front clip this car. And then it kind of
the famous while you're in there.
Yeah, right, 100%. Like, hey, while it's there, can you just go ahead and rebuild the whole thing? Yes. Sure.
So let's call it 15 to 20 cars a year. What's that range of cars looks like? Because you mentioned no time, you mentioned a variety of different things and, classes and all that. What's the scope of everything you guys do then?
Everything.
Everything?
Pretty much everything. The Radio Outlaw series that we kind of run down here. So we got X275, Ultra Street, LDR, Pro 75, RVW, even some Pro Mod classes with Pro Extreme and our Pro Boost and Pro Nitrous as well. And a lot of like the grudge scene around here, because we're about an hour and a half from Steele, Alabama.
Okay.
So they have a lot of grudge racing there, and same with like Middle Georgia out in Macon. They have a pretty big grudge scene that we have seen to kind of got into. And that's kind of really to where we kind of, I guess, boomed with business, because our original El Diablo Camaro that we ran in No Time 275 kind of kickstarted the business back in 2018.
Was that the car that you said is now Beetlejuice?
It's Beetlejuice, yeah.
Okay.
John Daughtry owns it now. And it's a weird story with that car. It was probably the winningest no time car in, I don't know, 2-3 years. It won 75 races consecutively before we kind of switched gears, and then we kind of wanted to kind of move more into running Radio versus the World. So we got rid of it, then moved into RVW. And that's where like 2.0 kind of came around. And then we ran a small block Hemi program. So we ran low 50s with it. And then ran that for a couple of years. And then the El Diablo car kind of came back around for sale. So we got it back, stripped the wrap off of it, kind of updated a couple things here and there. And then we did repainted it to the green that it's now. And ran it for a couple races, sold it again. So it was all gone. And then now it's kind of trickled down to where John's got it.
Do you have any go-to, I guess, well, for example, I noticed this car behind you has Fueltech. Is that kind of like one of your go-tos?
Right now, yeah, I would say they seem to be giving the most support at the track, that at least where we're going to the races are.
Okay.
They have the most support, and we've gotten to know those guys really well too over the past few years as well.
Is there like, let's come in here and I want a race car. Is there like a catalog where you're like, okay, you pick this body, you pick this chassis, you get this motor from here. Like, what's the secret sauce and where do you get
So typically everyone wants to either do a 69 Camaro or C7 Corvette.
Okay.
It seems to be the go-to body styles everyone likes. And then every now and then you'll get like a Nova, which is what we've always seemed to run. And typically, they either want to run the fastest no time class, which is going to be the no time 275 classes running around, the 484 class, which is the nitrous class. And then if they don't want to go down that path, they go straight to running Pro 275 and immediately want to run a Hemi and a screw blower, anything from Proline. And that seems to be what's popular right now, at least.
Okay.
So there's ebbs and flows. We'll have a run of nitrous cars, a run of screw blower cars, a bunch of, right now we're kind of running through some turbo cars and Procharger cars.
Okay.
So,
so you guys don't do as many turbo cars as the others?
Not as many, but not because of any reason, like hard reason. It just seems that the fastest combos right now are either going to be a screw blower or a Procharger.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
So what kind of power do these, again, I'm sure it ranges, but what kind of power are these things kicking out?
Anywhere from 2,500 to, I'd say, 4,000 horsepower.
Okay.
Easy. On the stock style body 275 tire cars. Now the pro mods that we're doing are there's a big leap to, like, I know a lot of guys that run Proline motors. They run anywhere from 5,000 to 5,500 horsepower with the twin turbo setups. Okay. Pretty wild.
Are those typically twin turbo setups, or does it still linger in like that screw blower Procharger sort of?
Typically the horsepower wise is always going to be with the turbo cars.
Okay.
It seems like they're going to be kind of top tier. It seems like, but they're a little more finicky, so they're not as consistent as to say the screw blower or the Prochargers.
Oh, really?
Prochargers, I would say, have gotten more consistent just through the years.
Okay.
And it seems like they've been a bit of a hard push to kind of bring those cars up to the top of the class.
Okay. What about like when it comes to setups at like the track? Are you guys doing like any track support or anything like that? Or?
Yeah. So we have our own like shock program that we run through Mincer. It's our El Diablo series shocks. And so pretty much if you get those either through us, through our website or anything, we will support you 100%. And that's kind of what you pay with the private label deal, because they are, I think, a few percent higher just because we give that extra support. They necessarily kind of get that off of Mincer's back so they can focus on what they got going, so we can kind of work on our customers and make sure they're doing good.
You guys don't just do the pro mod stuff then. If I roll a Fox body in here and say, hey, I want a 7-second car, that's something you can chassis do all of it?
Yeah,
okay.
That should be an issue. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. As long as you got a motor, we can probably put in there.
Yeah.
And then help you get there.
Okay.
Yep.
When it comes to the pro mod stuff here, I don't know much about this world, and I'm probably gonna jump all over the place with questions.
No, you're good.
Yeah. Where do these? So how do I decide what body I want? Where do the bodies come from? Because they're basically underneath, they're all the same, right?
Correct. Yeah. They're all probably the same.
So how do I decide, like, oh, I want a Mustang, or I want this, or I don't give a crap. Like, where are they coming from?
So a lot of the Camaro bodies, like this Camaro body is a Joe Vano body, and they're made in I believe Canada.
Okay.
And then we have a lot of them are kind of northern, I guess, location wise. Glass Tech is a lot of the ones I get the carbon bodies from, and then some fiberglass options we can get from VFN. So it kind of bounce around. Sometimes you can't get full body clips from some manufacturers. You only get front clips. But I would say whatever, it's always personal preference. So I mean, we would always either go with a Camaro or a Nova, but a lot of people love the Corvettes.
Yeah.
They're really nice, really wide inside the car, but you got to get into them, and they're really narrow to get in.
Okay.
Really narrow. So it's kind of harder for guys that are shorter and stockier, or guys that are really tall. So
do you have to know what body they're going to use before you start doing the
correct.
chassis?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
How does that affect, like, does that change how you build things, I suppose?
Yeah, that's how wide the car is going to be and how long the like the rocker bar is going to be, where the dash the dash bar is going to be, where we're going to put the motor. And a lot of it too, even after that, once the body's mounted, it depends on your overhang, because you're allowed 45-inch overhang. But a lot of this Camaro, you got to put like a pecker extender on it just to kind of get it to that dimension, versus this Corvette, if you do have to put one on it, it's very small. So just to kind of get to that dimension.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that the technical term, pecker extender?
Pecker, I believe that's like the professional term. Actually.
Yeah. Okay,
so
yeah.
that's what I've always heard as is it referred to as the pecker extender.
Yeah.
But it could just be a little. I don't know.
Yeah.
So more on a personal note, then, when were you always kind of interested in this? Like, when did you kind of come into the fold? You mentioned 2020, but before that, was there any, like, were you part of the track support, for example? Like, was there an internship? No.
Definitely. So I grew up in it. My dad has always raced. Ran Orska back in, I don't know, anywhere from 04, I think, to 07. Won a championship there. Did that. I grew up in it. And then I was like, I kind of got the bug that I wanted to drive. So we I think at the time we lived in South Carolina and did some like dirt track go-kart stuff. And so kind of started to get the feel for that. And I ended up having an accident. So didn't really post that. I kind of lost interest in driving and racing as a whole. But I think I was like 9 or 10 maybe. Then. So I was like, I don't care about that. I'm just going to go focus on other stuff. And then kind of go through everything, graduate high school, I get married, and my best friend growing up is all of a sudden got into cars. I'm like, oh, cool. Well, he's showing me all these street car stuff, and I'm like, well, that's not what I remember, like going to the racetrack and seeing. So at the time, my dad was running a pro mod. I was like, well, let's just go to the racetrack, and it kind of from there, it kind of get the interest back for me. So since I say 2015 to 2020, I've been trying to talk my dad to let me come work here.
Okay.
So, because it was like, I want to come help you. I think I can help you do, things that you're not so strong at, maybe with the ordering or answering phone calls and doing all the, let's say, boring stuff. But I'm more interested in the, organization part of it now. That where I can focus on it, so he can focus on giving good support to the customers and building cars as fast as possible as well.
Are you involved with the building side from time to time as well?
Usually final assembly, I'll step in and help with, because typically most of the guys are fabricating. So that's always going to be like, hey, you're going to pick one guy out of the crowd and like, hey, I need y'all to go put this car together. And if I see that either they're struggling time frame wise or it might just go together quicker if I help them. I'm at a lull of what I'm doing. I'll step in and help on that side of things.
How many employees you guys got here?
We got 6 currently.
Okay.
Yeah, 6. I had to think about it.
So what's that consist of? How many fab guys?
So we got essentially 4 fab guys, 2 wiring guys. Okay. And the fab guys are the put together guys as well, doing all the plumbing. My dad wears pretty much every hat except for wiring. He can do it, but he don't want to focus on. He's told me multiple times, like, I don't want to wire. I just want to get it going good, and I want it to look the way I want it to look. Yeah. So we kind of let that up to our wiring department to kind of make sure it gets done right.
Whether you are new to working on cars or a seasoned shop owner at the top of their game, the High Performance Academy is where all car enthusiasts can go to expand their skill sets. If you want to learn how to build an engine, tune your car, improve your wiring or suspension setups, the HP Academy has the perfect step-by-step course for you. As a friend of the show, they've provided listeners with a special 55% off discount code that you can use risk-free on any course of your choosing. Details are in the description of the show below, or go to the partners page at Minnoxide.com. Go check it out. Let's get back to the show.
So, and this is going to be a multi-part question. Let's say a car like the one behind you, or I guess that overall, I guess is going to be the word of the phrase of the show. I
want to know how many times when you search it at the end.
I'm going to search it in the transcript after, and I'm just going to bleep it all out.
You need to put a little counter up.
Just ding, ding. Anyways, it's like Cooper Baghetti. He has that, was it the Brett LaSala?
Every time
bell?
he gets mentioned, yeah.
He has the bell he hits or whatever.
Nice.
But anyways, for the class or series that, for example, this car behind you races in, what's the overall cost beginning to end if somebody wanted to come and get the exact same car or similar car built?
Typically, it's going to obviously depending on how much carbon and titanium they want to run, be lightweight. So we always try to be the lightest, but not necessarily, you don't actually have to spend the money on all the fancy gizmos and gadgets. Usually simpler is better.
Right.
But normally with like this car, you'll be at the end of it, you'll be anywhere from 250 to 280.
Okay. Is
this,
that with all the titanium and carbon bells and whistles?
correct?
Okay.
Yeah. So I would say take 30 grand of that off. It's
Okay.
going to be like your steel option.
So let's play the carbon and titanium game then here. What are you guys replacing with carbon and titanium?
We're doing steering columns, window frames, pedals. I got window nets, parachute frames, 4-link bars, anti-roll, wishbone, lower control arms. We have done firewalls in the past. It's still an argument. I would say that it's not as light as some people would like to think it is, because you still have to weld like your steel frame into the car.
Okay.
And you still have to bolt it together with stainless bolts. So I think by the end, it probably could just weld it in a steel firewall.
So, okay.
Yeah. So and then like we'll do a carbon and titanium, a driver containment tunnel, our drive shaft containment tunnel. And that's I say one of the biggest savings versus a steel one. The steel one is going to weigh, I don't know, it feels like 500 pounds. And it's really like 15 pounds probably. And then the titanium carbon one is like 4 pounds.
Okay.
So that's way light.
Yeah.
So overall, if you were to do like versus like, I mean, how much does that extra 30 grand save you weight-wise, if you had to guess?
50 pounds maybe total.
Okay.
Overall, the whole car.
Geez, so 30 grand for 50 pounds is kind of...
I feel like you just not eat for a week or two. Yeah.
Right. So when we ran Radio vs. the World, it was always the game then to be as light as possible and have the most horsepower. And since we had a small block, we were allowed to kind of be a little bit lighter than everybody else based off the rules. So we want to try to push the envelope a little more to do extra titanium and carbon stuff. So like we even did like titanium hardware to the steering and on the bead locks and everything. I remember Dad joked that he spent 40 grand to save 4 pounds, and which might not be 100% incorrect. So,
yeah, because that was like one of the things that we saw at Streetcar Bragging Rights.
Yeah.
It's just... Well, one of the things that we were talking about, was it Abdullah or... No, I think it was John Dock. I think we were talking with him. When it goes into like even balancing the car and just choosing like for like what setup you're going to go with just for the sake of balance. Is there any particular way you'll push a customer, or is it purely just based off of what they want?
What they want, yeah,
Okay.
what their budget allows. Because we can get... Because a lot of like even... Usually the no time guys want to be as light as possible because they can be. There's no weight rules. But if a class car guy is going to come through and he wants to be lightweight, sometimes like your car's got to be heavy anyway. I wouldn't spend the money there if you don't have to, unless you just want to. Unless there's a lot of this very cosmetic. It's really nice to say I got titanium and carbon stuff all over it, but most of the time you don't really need it. Like especially with like, let's say a Pro 275 car, which this car is legal for. It's got to be like 2,800 pounds. That car is probably 2,400 pounds with a driver in it right now. So you got to put 400 pounds in it anyway. So like I don't know if I would want to, but if you were going to run no time, you want to have all that weight out. Because
Gotcha. Okay.
So you could add ballast or something as
Correct.
needed, but
Yes, and that's why we
can
try
do
to-
multiple things with the car.
Correct.
Okay.
And we try to make them as versatile as possible because the rules are evolving every month, it seems. Sometimes when the races are kind of popping off, it's just kind of, I feel like they're always changing them. So we try to make the car semi-legal for multiple classes when we are building them, because sometimes the time frame where we're building them, you could almost not even be able to race it by the time the rules change if you're not having enough foresight.
Yeah, that's one thing that's affecting my schedule too, of like what events I want to go to, because my friends might not be racing in a particular event because and they changed the rules. I'm not changing my entire race program for this event, you know.
Right. And really it could hurt one event, because if they see that the car count ain't there, they could just change it back.
Right.
Just, oh, cool, everybody's back now.
Yeah.
It's kind of give and take. It seems like.
So you guys also have customers like around the world too, right?
Yes, we have quite a few in Australia. We got some in Kuwait, Qatar, UAE.
Okay.
We got guys. I have a couple guys in Mexico, a couple in Canada, and throughout the U.S.
Actually, I never even thought about this question before, but is there a language barrier sometimes?
Yes, it's tough sometimes.
Okay.
But, I mean, you try to muscle through it, and if they seem, which is comforting, because if they are going through the trouble to try to, convey what they want and jump through the hoops, they got to be serious about what they want to do.
Right.
Which is nice, because there's always tire kickers and everything in the industry. Always get emails like, hey, I need these many parts for this project. And if it gets to the point where like the language is hard, that they don't understand what we're saying back, and they just don't care, usually they fall off anyway. But a lot of the guys, those Middle Eastern countries, are very passionate about racing. Very
that
passionate.
whole Gulf Coast, we learned a lot about that from them too.
They were in it.
Yeah.
I think if they could come here with no expenses, they would, and just race here and then just go back home for a little bit and come back.
Well,
but
it's crazy.
it helps.
It's kind of what they do as well. Like there's a lot of them that come over here and just race. Like,
Right.
Yeah. Super cool.
Mhm.
I guess they're all a lot of them are probably bilingual too as well.
Yeah, I would say it's probably. I know that I in my background before coming to race cars, I'd worked for a German chimney exhaust manufacturer.
Okay.
So they always push for their employees, if you don't know English, you can't work here.
Yeah.
So because they had to work with us here all the time. So you can't. It seems like a lot of the U.S. pushes a lot of the industries. So it helps that they know English, and then we don't have to know their language, because there's so many other languages to know. But I guess it's a little bit like first world problems being in the U.S.
Well, the technology has changed a lot too. I suppose Google Translate, things like that probably help, especially if you have it in text form. If you get an email or something like that, you could be like slide and yeah.
WhatsApp is a very popular thing that we use.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
So when it comes to, a lot of your customers come in already being racers to a degree? Like, have they already worked their way out from, a basic, street car Mustang, and then they just, the bug caught them and they're just upgrading more and more? Is that typically what it is? Or
Yeah, I would say that's probably, 80% for sure.
Okay.
And then you got a couple of guys that we've dealt with, have been great, that came into it relatively recently, that came with a buddy to a race, like, man, I can do this, and they got the funds to be able to do it and jump right in. So, which is kind of what I say that I would say, like, it wouldn't be fair to say that most of the guys in the top of the classes, it seems like they just got money, but they care just as much as the guys that's done it since they were born, So it's just their timeline is a lot shorter, and they just are able to do it, because they got the funds.
You ever hand over a race car and go, "Ooh, this isn't gonna go well"?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, oh man, I really hope this does great. And it's like, somebody needs to talk to him, maybe. But.
Well, that's one of those things, like, it's kind of like that, what is it, build versus bought sort of thing. It's I don't know how often it applies, right? Because like I have friends that have, absurd 3,000 horsepower cars and they know how to wrench on it, but they'd rather give it to the shop that lives and breathes it.
Yes.
And then they're able to support their family with their job and all that and their race car addiction.
Right.
And just give it off to the pros. I mean, is that often what you see as well?
Yeah. A lot of guys, like, since we're so close to Pro Line, and they seem to fund a lot of the cars that we are as fun motor wise. A lot of the cars in our kind of circuit. They do it, like you said, every single day. They don't have, the guys can literally like drop the car off, like, all right, guys, see you all in a month, and go and do what they need to do. And the guys that do it every day don't have to worry about them messing up.
Right.
Yeah.
And I understand. There's more people getting towards that, and sometimes they don't charge that much, so might as well, right? So,
well, I've never really thought of it as a time thing, like you said too, where so like I'm 43, I'm not going to build a race car from scratch. Like I don't have the time for that. It's I don't have very many years left, man. I want to go race now.
Still do it.
Yeah.
How much of your stuff is Pro Line versus anything else?
A lot of it, I would say, it's changed. Really, the past 3 years, it seems like a lot of guys are kind of just switching and just doing the Pro Line thing.
As opposed to what was
just kind of going to an individual builder, like say going direct to Noonan in South Carolina, or going to any other Hemi shop that you can build a motor. Sometimes it's easier because all the fast guys are running Pro Line motors and they have that brain trust. And usually to be able to get access to that brain trust, you got to get a motor. So it's the easiest way to do it, to kind of go straight to here.
There's something to be said for that too, like buying into like a group of people. Like once you're a customer, it's like your family now, but not like the bullshit corporate way, like actually.
Right, for sure.
Yeah. So then how much, do you do a lot of traveling for events as well?
Yeah, we go all over. We went as far as Texas, up as far as Michigan,
Okay.
Virginia, a lot in Florida, obviously. My dad goes to Qatar and Australia. And I want to say that we might have some other kind of pop up in the next year or two.
Okay.
As well. So,
how about streetcar stuff? Do you guys do much of that, or is it not really the audience?
Not really. A lot of like when we first kind of, when I first kind of got in with the shop. So between 20 and say 22, we were doing a lot of suspension setups and track setups, and we had some more street guys that we were doing then. But nothing really out there. Usually it's more full built cars that we kind of have not pigeonholed ourselves into, but it's kind of, that's our market now.
I'm just bouncing all over the place. I'm just,
I
I feel kind of dumb for sitting on this side of this car because I just keep looking at it. It's just very distracting. You mentioned you have a paint guy up in Kenosha.
Yep. He's a customer turned friend.
Okay.
And he does great work, and he's kind of worked his way into our little close knit circuit of our build process. So he's done really well. We raced with him when running Pro 275, and it was crazy because we joke now, but when the Gremlin first got dropped off, Dad was working on something else, and they kind of came in, they dropped the thing off and kind of handled what was going on, and they left. He's like, "You're gonna have problems with that guy." And like a year later, he started painting cars for us, and like I think we talked like at least 4 times a day, every day. Like we got group texts of like constant projects we were doing and stuff, and it was kind of funny that it was like we might have issues out of that guy, but no problems. It was
Are
great.
you guys constantly bouncing ideas back and forth in the group chat?
Yeah, always kind of like, hey, usually. Now it's kind of like, just make it look good. It's kind of, really? We trust you enough, I think now, just make it look good because we kind of have to all speak for it.
Yeah.
Okay. So of that $250,000, $280,000 price tag, so if you were to go in lump sum, right, what's the most expensive component?
I would say wiring and paint tie.
Really?
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say overall, like doing the wiring, all the components and everything, and then all the body work and all the paint, all the travel and everything, kind of as a whole, they're kind of even in the $25-ish grand range of like a single line item thing. Under that would be your things that break, your zoomies, your rear end housings, your shock package. After that, and I'd say those and then your wheels. I would say that's like your big ticket items that usually take the longest to get. So usually whenever we ask for like a deposit, that's what we get first. It's like your wheels, housing, brake package, struts, rear shocks, and wheel. They kind of go from there.
What's your midline, like let's say not top of the line, but not bottom of the line, pro line engine gonna cost the guy?
I don't recall offhand, but I think whenever we were quoting like our 4.6 Hemi that we have, our small block Hemi, it's like in the 85 to 90 range for I think that's what it was. That package. Okay. It was like kind of like that package deal. But obviously they do the full, like if you're gonna get a Procharger, you're gonna get like a line item for the whole package, plumbed and everything. All you do is put in the car, and it's
okay.
I would say probably 130-ish, probably.
Okay.
Thereabouts.
Okay. What about transmission? Are these all running like what, M&Ms? Or
yep. All of them are running M&Ms these days. Well, we've run like Liberty Gears stuff in the past until Mickey and them kind of seemed to like set the world on fire with their stuff. It seemed like they were already always kind of doing it, but it seemed like it was a no-brainer. Just get their stuff because everybody else runs it, and they're there at the track and give support versus having to wait a week or so to get gears for something you want to try.
Right. Where's Liberty based out
of? They are in Michigan.
Okay.
Michigan. Yeah.
Okay. All right, I'd be one tad because I'll be going back to Detroit here.
Yeah.
2 months from now, 1 month, whenever this episode drops. But,
I got you.
So one question that immediately comes to mind is these 3 cars. What's the differences between all 3 of them? Like, what are they built for, and any specific differences?
The biggest thing is these 2 are Nitrous cars, and it's going to be a Procharger car.
Okay.
So these 2 are kind of the same. They got the same motor, same transmission, everything.
What do they got for motors?
I'm sorry.
What do they have for motors?
Oh, they are running a TRE 4x4. It's like a 765 cubic inch.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both running those. I think the shock packages are they're the same shock package and everything. We were testing some on the Corvette, a little bit different, but I think they're 100% apples to apples. I would say, well, apple, like a green apple to a red apple, because one's a Camaro, one's a Corvette.
Right.
So they're essentially the same, but not, because this car is going to run limited drag radial moving forward, and then this one's going to stay in the no time realm, so this will stay lighter.
You know what breaks my heart? No, it's not the 2% female demographic. It's the fact that 80% of you guys are not subscribed and following the show. So go ahead, hit subscribe or follow, and of course, if you're on YouTube, hit that bell so you are notified when we drop a new episode. Let's get back to the show.
So actually kind of go deeper into that, so kind of differentiate between shock packages.
So normally we always run Mincer stuff. Always.
Okay.
I know we have some customers that have like a strange package that they want to run, or like a JRI rear package, Penske stuff. But typically we're so confident with our valving with Mark stuff that either we just kind of just go through it, and it's like if nothing really works, we try to always put Mark stuff on there because we know for a fact it's going to work. And then he's always updating stuff and doing different air shock style programs now, which I think both these cars here are running the newer like air shock style rear shocks.
So when you say newer, right? First of all, how often are people coming back for like maintenance work? And secondly, how often are people coming back to update stuff?
Usually, I'd say within 2 years or so, either we're going to kind of overhaul the car or build a new one.
Oh, really?
Yep.
And then what happens with the old one? Just gets sent to Facebook Marketplace or what?
Pretty much, yeah. It's like it kind of gets, and then you'll see it pop up like, oh, it's going to be running no time in this class with a different motor. And the chassis will last, I would say, 100% 6-ish years.
Okay.
As strong as they're going to be as new. Okay. Obviously, you're going to have some things that will interfere with that, but I would say if you had nothing crazy happen, you race it all the time, you should get probably 6 years out of your chassis.
Do they often get sold as like rollers or
Yeah.
complete? Okay.
Yeah, because I know we've sold a couple just because we want to. It's hard to kind of get our engine package, so we usually sell ours as rollers. Or I mean, sometimes it's nice to sell it turnkey. It's great, but usually that's not as easy because usually everyone has an idea of what kind of motor they want to run.
Okay.
And what they feel confident with.
What's is there a like an expiration date or a limit to how long a chassis can be certed for, or?
I don't believe so. I have to look at the specs for sure, but I think as long as it's constantly being tested and they don't see any issues, I think you're good.
Okay.
Okay.
As far as I know, they're pretty thorough when they come in, because we'll have 4 or 5 cars at one time, and Mike Wells will come. He's our regional, or I guess our regional guy, and he's pretty thorough. He's here all day and it's checking everything. Sometimes like, come on, guys, we gotta go fix this.
Oh wow, okay.
So like it happens every now and then. We had like an issue. Luckily, we caught it. We got like a fresh batch of material in, and they were not as thick as they should have been on a certain diameter. And it was really just like small gusset things. So like while it was here, and he was checking it, and he was like, "Yeah, that's wrong." Like, oh, great, go cut them out. So and then we had to fix it, and then
was that a pretty big job or?
It was going to powder coat the next day.
Okay,
I mean, it was a pretty rush deal. Luckily, it was only, I don't know, probably 6, 8 bars.
Okay.
So they cut them out, put them back together, and welded it back in. He tested them. We're good to go.
Okay.
So,
how does that whole thing work, by the way? Do you have to schedule something? Is it like a surprise? I'm here, or?
Definitely schedule, because usually he wants to try to do as many as possible. He don't want to come all this way just for one car.
Okay.
I would love it if like he was like down the road, but no. Usually we have to schedule about 4 or 5 cars, but normally he's at events, and if the car doesn't get done here, you can usually do it at the first event you go to, because there's always gonna be someone there that can sort your stuff.
But every single one has to get done.
Correct.
Yep. Okay. I'm assuming it's like a building inspector. Like once you get to a certain point,
it's like,
you call them.
it's safe. And like it's like, hey, you have an issue, this won't pass, and then we'll get a phone call. Which luckily we haven't had that, as far as I know. At least since I've been here doing things.
Right.
I think we're good. So,
where's he based out of then? Is it not too local? Or?
I think he's in Florida. I
Florida.
believe.
So it's a bit of a hike to get up here then.
Yeah, like he's got to be worth it for him.
Yeah.
And I assume that it has its own kind of cost as well, right?
Yeah, they charge per car. It's a couple $100 to get it started. It ain't nothing crazy.
Okay.
How much racing does your dad still do?
Right now, so he did the 6 weeks over in Qatar first this year.
Oh, geez. Like full 6 weeks spent over there?
No, he was there 8 weeks. So so he did the 6-week race, right? The 6 back-to-back races, won the championship. He won 5 of the 6 races. Or I say he was in the finals for 5 of the 6 races. Won 4 of them. Had a motor blow up and wanted, so we had to skip a race. So it was a bit of a haul to try to get a motor rebuilt in a week and be ready for the next week. It was rough. But so whenever he got done with that deal, he went over to UAE, so just pretty much next door, and we're building a Mustang and a GTR over there right now. So I think he's going back August-ish, I think, for another week or 2.
Okay.
And we have a Challenger here as well that's going to Qatar to be finished.
So you guys have built some cars over there too? Like you'll send a team over there to do it?
Usually it's just him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So like back in, it was probably 18 or 19, he went over and built 3 like sand drag trucks in like 2 weeks.
Oh my God.
So a bit of a thrash. Because they work obviously way longer days. They got, it's like, he says it's like 18-hour days, and you got like 4 hours break in the middle of the day because it's the hottest part of the day. So it's nice to have a little bit of break in the middle, but you only have like 1 day off, and it's Friday.
So he doesn't golf or anything, does he?
Nah.
Yeah. He's a busy guy.
Yeah, we're busy. We shoot every now and then here, and then he's gotten into riding Harleys. So
Okay.
Yeah.
So sand drag cars then. So does he do that fairly frequently or not really?
Not after that first batch. We did a truck here that got put in a container and sent over there, and I believe via Belushi, and I think Stevie Fast was attached to that program. Okay. Apparently, they, from what I understood, is whenever it got there, they put all the fluids back in it, crunk it up, made their 3 passes for the event, set the track record, the class record, and the event record, and blew it up, and that was it. So it's like one pass and it just set the Fort World on fire, as far as what I was expressed to me.
Yeah.
Well, go for it.
How does that shipping cars, and has it changed since you know, the certain things that everybody's been upset about as of late? Is it or because they're not VINed, is it not as difficult to?
It's not as crazy as you think it would be. Okay. Price wise, it's changes from normal everyday life stuff, but it's normal. I mean, I would say I know time frame is the biggest thing now.
Yeah.
Like when we sent 2 cars to Australia a couple years ago, it was in port for 4 months. Just
oh my God.
There, couldn't get to it. And I believe the stuff going to the Middle East is way easier, but I think it's just because they might not have as much stuff going, as far as I'm aware.
Does it always go by ship?
Yes.
You've never done any rush plane ones?
We've done. We almost did one, and I think it was like 10 times the price to do it. I'm like, let's not do that. One of the ones going to Australia was like either spend $6,000 to ship both these cars, or spend $30,000 to send one.
Yeah, it's usually what it comes out to.
Let's not do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we had Sean on the episode, he shipped his Mustang to the Nürburgring. I think it all came out to like $40,000 or something.
Yeah, I can believe it.
It's intense.
Yeah, don't sound fun.
But a whole 4 months in port thing, like that's like when stuff gets stuck in port, it just goes to die sometimes.
Yeah, so it's very like we kind of anticipated like a long time because it was right after.
Okay.
It was right after COVID. We sold our El Diablo 2.0 car that ran our VW, and then we were building a 3.0 Corvette Pro Mod that we were going to run. Never got to race it. Ended up selling it to one of the guys over there, so they both went at the same time. That car actually, that 3.0 is actually running a rotary setup now for PAC, I believe.
Oh.
And Dad's going down in August to hang out with them and do an event or two.
Where was that going to?
Australia.
Yep. Man, that's a bucket list one. Hopefully we end up over there in the next few years because Australia and New Zealand are calling our name.
For sure. Like when Dad said, I got to go back, I'm like, can like other people go with you? Or I would definitely let it go.
Well, it doesn't sound like you guys build losing cars.
We've been fortunate.
Yeah. What's the secret sauce, or like what's the most important part you think out of aspect? Like if you had one section you really needed to concentrate on.
What makes a winner?
Yeah.
Good chassis.
Yeah.
Good chassis and good backing on your motor program. For sure. Between those two, if you don't have to worry about the chassis, all you do is worry about the motor. And those guys got the motor figured out and the chassis is good. All you do is try to figure out how to set your next personal best.
Yeah. Now it's a driver problem from there, right?
Correct. Yeah. That's why I want to make it. I want to make it a driver problem, not our problem.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
When you say motor backing, what does that look like?
I would say like getting in with the Proline guys, or getting in with like say Pat Musey or Schweitzer, anything big name. I would say if you're able to get one of those guys, you're good. But obviously there's a lot of teams that do really well that are on the ups too. Mm-hmm. So I think that as long as you got a good team around you and they're all got the same motives, you should be good.
You're always doing good till somebody comes out of the woodwork with a junkyard LS and then just starts.
Right.
Yeah. Like,
where did that come from?
Yeah.
I imagine you guys aren't doing a bunch of LS stuff here.
I mean, we're doing a Dragon Draft car that was originally going to be LS, and I think it's going to be a Hemi now. But we did the Beetlejuice car whenever we sold it to Jesse, who owned it before John does. We converted to an LS setup. But that's really, I would say, the only thing that we've messed with that's either not a big block Chevy or Hemi lately.
Is there anybody on the Is there anybody on the up and up that to pay attention to in the industry currently, whether in any component?
I would say Scarlet Solutions.
Okay.
Those guys, they're constantly trying to do better with their sensors and everything, and Forrest does a great job of support. And I would say that, like, he's been like, I would say most of them do pretty good. Like, hey, if I have any issues, let me know. But he's been the only one that's like for sure told me, like, if I have any issues, let me know, because if you don't tell me, I don't know how to fix it. I don't know there's a problem. Mm-hmm. And he's been the only really guy that I know that cares enough, it seems, to want to fix everything and do better.
I find that actually quite often if somebody's they'll complain all day long, but then I'm like, have you reached out to them?
Right.
And they're like, no. And I'm like, well, then how do you, like,
right. Like, how would they know?
Yeah, right. They may be willing to help you, and you have no idea. You haven't tried yet. So
for sure.
Yeah.
You have to remember, we're from Minnesota, where we all silently complain, right?
Yeah, that's true. We come from a passive aggressive area.
Yeah, we leave the Google review, but we'll never call and be like, hey, can you send me a new one or something like that, because this is broken? No, it just sucks. Yeah. That's the Midwestern way, damn it. Yeah. Okay, ECUs, right? So you said pretty much all cars run Fueltech here?
Yep.
What do you run, a range of Fueltech products, or is it just kind of like, here's the package, this is all you're gonna run?
That's kind of what we're kind of focusing on right now, just because we are kind of new in getting the wiring department stuff going.
Sure.
Obviously all FT600 stuff, and then with this one we're running the new 700 plus, which is kind of just a new outlier with what we got going. But kind of we want to focus on this program and then really work out the kinks on time frame and pricing, all that stuff first before we. Okay. I mean, obviously we could probably. I don't see why we couldn't do anything else, but right now, if we had to pick, it'd be that right now.
Okay. Oh, and what's the difference between a 600 and a 750? Anything in particular?
They're doing a lot. There's a lot. It's a lot of different. There's a lot. It's like a full vehicle setup versus just engine stuff. So like, this one's got cameras, and you could do everything remote now, like through Bluetooth. And I think they're working on a new cloud network and everything. So you can, like, in theory, from my understanding, is you can create the car, do your burnout, like that tuning ain't gonna work, and like fix it when they and just send it to it. No problem. Like, oh, that's kind of cool. Huh. So I think they're getting towards where it's going to be. I think a lot more street car guys and a more like the drag and drive guys, I think they're going to really love that setup. I wouldn't say, I mean, the pro bike guys probably want to eventually, but I think it is a little heavy on the heavier side because there's so much and the screens are larger. But I think right now the FT600 is good enough, and it isn't like it's not broke. So I'd say this is this next step into what everything's going to turn into the next few years.
What's the price difference?
Don't hold me to numbers, but it's let's say I think the 600 is like $3,000. Okay. The 700 is $5,000, and the 600 or the 700 plus is like $6,000.
Okay. So quite a bit more, but it's also quite a bit bigger. Trade-offs, all that.
Right. Yeah. But it's kind of cool. You can put cameras on it. Like this car's got an in-cab camera, so you don't set a GoPro in there. Oh. And it's got a reverse camera.
That's cool. So perfect for drag and drive stuff.
Yeah, it's perfect. Yeah.
Do you guys do any drag and drive cars?
We got one coming through that's at paint right now. That's going to be, he's tied in with, I would say tied in. He's buddies with like Brett LaSala and those guys. He's supported them, and I think he bought one of the Snot Rocket cars recently to try to recampaign that.
What is it? The 2.0?
Yeah,
He's on 3.0 right now.
He's got 2.0. Yeah, our customer does. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, I remember that coming up. What about you? Do you race at all? Do you do anything or?
No, I do mainly like all the. I think I would like to race if my wife will let me. Okay. There's the key. But I enjoy going and enjoying and supporting the guys that I'm a team player. If someone else if I can be there and help them where they can do better, I'm going to be the support guy.
Being part of the experience.
Right. Like I think I play better at support than the leading man kind of thing.
All right. So even though you haven't been racing, I'm assuming you've learned every aspect of this. You can look at a car when it goes down and be like, oh, we need to adjust this or do that.
Yeah, just being in it, kind of pick up on things. And And I'm always trying to pick my dad's brain because he don't write anything down. He keeps it all right there.
Yeah.
I'm like, we gotta write some of this down, Dad. No, we don't. Okay.
I'm just saying he could probably get some pretty awesome royalties if he wrote like how to build a pro mod or something and sold it on Amazon.
Well, it says Reece Brothers. You said your uncle's right over here too. Is he the brother?
He's the brother. That's So whenever they were building cars when they were younger, it was Reece Brothers then, and then they kind of went their own separate ways. And then whenever my dad went full time back in 2018, he kind of kept the name just to stay loyal to that. And everyone thinks I'm my dad's brother, which is kind of funny too. But it's like, are you the brother? No, I'm the son, actually.
My dad, we've gotten that from time to time too with my dad, and he likes to rub it in my face like, oh, I think I'm your brother. Like, yeah,
right,
okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, thanks.
Yeah.
You're the reason why I have gray hair.
Yeah, right.
That explains the Reese's orange back here.
Yeah.
No, I'm sure you probably heard.
So is
that.
uncle not involved anymore, or is at all, or is
no,
he,
I mean,
did he race too, or
yeah. So it's my dad. And he's got two brothers. So the older brother was the Reece brother, and then I think whenever my dad was running pro mod, my other uncle was kind of then became the Reece brother. Then it kind of flopped.
Oh, okay.
So they've all been involved. They always race. My papa here, he's ran bracket cars forever.
Is that the guy out there mowing the grass?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You take about a millimeter off every pass.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
Yeah.
No rain or shine.
I see he wasn't driving that thing super fast, but he was enjoying his
Sometimes
time
he
out
makes practice passes. I think just to work on his timing.
there. Does he? Yeah.
Mhm, he does.
So what's next for you guys? What does the next few years look like? Obviously, this thing has grown quite a bit in 7 years.
Yeah. 7. Yeah.
Yeah, 2018, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So obviously, we want to focus on our efficiency to get as many more cars out, more wiring projects, more branching out from there. I want to take on different weirder projects,
Such as
motorcycles. I think right now is like we're gonna try to do motorcycles because we've done some things here and there for some guys that do some drag bikes and stuff.
okay.
I think that'd be fun just to kind of try.
Yeah, it would take up less space in the shop
Yeah,
too.
for sure. Yeah, I think we can build more. So, to be honest, I think it would be a little bit quicker.
Yeah.
But really, just want to focus on that. We've gotten into making a lot more parts now, and even with we've gotten into the 3D printing space as well, trying to provide certain support items for different connector pieces and different mounts that don't necessarily have to be built aluminum.
Yeah.
So just we're trying different things, see what sticks, I guess, right now.
You guys use CAD and all that stuff then pretty regular here. Does your dad always do that, or is that a thing that he's had to learn, or still doesn't do? Or
he learned it quite a few years ago. He doesn't do it that much now, and
he adapted it early on.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually, whenever we did, because me and him kind of been similar on, I say job pass. We did a lot of chimney exhaust stuff for quite a few years, and industrial steel stuff. And he learned there. I learned 2D at the time when I did my stuff, and then I've gotten into doing more 3D work. And we got a guy here that works on our wiring department. He does design as well.
Okay. So do you guys all kind of share that workload when it comes to designing stuff?
Kind of, yeah. And I got a buddy of mine that we outsource some stuff to that does really well.
You may have noticed that we have a lot of guests on the show who design their own parts or systems, and if you want to learn how to do that as well to make a car faster and safer or a product stronger and better, you can learn how to do just that with our partners at the High Performance Academy. Using code Minnox to save 55% on their courses, you'll get access to hours and hours of step-by-step 3D modeling and CAD content that'll teach you how to create and design before you execute. All details in the description below or at the partners page at Minnoxide.com. Let's get back to the show.
So how do when you decide that you're going to sell something, like for example those mock-ups and stuff, where does that idea come from? Who came up with that?
Just spitballing, really. It
Spitballing?
kind of was like, hey, they got these new 700s coming out. Cool. I don't want to put that in the car at all. So is there a way we can scan that, or they got a model or something we can use, and we'll just. And Jason that works at he at the time he had a printer. It's like, hey, we can just print a mock-up. I'm like, that's a good idea. Let's do that. So we kind of worked on a good design that worked really well, and then we started getting some here to kind of offset. We don't have to worry about doing it at home. And then it kind of went from 1 machine to 3 machines doing stuff. So, but it was kind of like just wanting to not mess up something that was so expensive that like I couldn't afford to like fix if I to do that. So that's kind of where that came from. That started that, and then it's like, oh, cool. Oh, now we got these machines. What else can we do? And it's a whole nother world that I was not prepared for.
Did I see something on your website about drifting too?
Yes. So our website is kind of an overarching thing. We can get side-by-side stuff. We can do different kits for like, I know like a lot of like the drifting's gotten really big. And we got, I want to say a year or so ago, we had someone reach out to us about selling tires and stuff. And that kind of was like, why would we sell drift tires? But here and there we will. A lot less drift traffic on that front, but online you almost have to be available for everything.
Right.
So that's why we kind of have like the Atlas race parts thing is kind of like it's everything. It's a full catalog, and then like Reece Brothers uses this. This is what we do here, but we have access to everything.
Well, in the days of drop ship now, it's like why not add the products?
Yeah, for sure, 100%.
It's pretty easy.
Makes it a little bit easier and not have to worry about it.
Right.
How about partners in the space? Obviously, we talked about your paint guy. Do you have any, like, I know you have a lot of in-house stuff outside of the paint guy. Is there anything else that you're outsourcing?
Right now, we've managed to kind of bring everything in. For up until we did our own wiring, we used John Holmeyer, and his stuff has always worked perfect and worked great. Looks great, functions really well. And then really we've kind of dabbled with like some modern harnesses here and there, some pre-made stuff, because for the most part our cars are the same. So we tried that before we kind of got into doing our own custom harnesses here. So it's kind of just evolved into like, we can just do it, why not? Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you'd tell customers no? Like for?
No.
Like, oh, that's a bad idea, or talk them out of like, all right, like they come in with some misconception you have to change, or not really?
Sometimes we kind of have to like, maybe if like they're unaware of like other issues that might pop up here and there, we're like, well, in our experience when we do A, B happens, so we just skip B to go straight to C. We don't even do that no more. So there's a lot of back and forth I think on my part that I have to do whenever like quoting projects, something like that. But sometimes budget's a lot of it. If you're like, if they want to go ahead and do this, because always like the biggest thing that I see is a guy wants to have a stock suspension car, and he's like, all right, cool, I want to do ladder bar. Okay, that's no problem. We'll back out the car, no problem. He's like, yeah, because like in a year or two I want to 4-link it. I'm like, I'm gonna go ahead and stop you there because you're gonna spend the same money. Just go ahead and 4-link it.
Yeah.
Just go ahead and if it's a weight penalty, take the 50 pounds. Just you're gonna be happier because you're gonna spend, let's say, $40,000 to a ladder bar in a year and a half. Let's say parts go up, you're gonna spend $50,000 to 4-link it, and you gotta do the exact same amount of work.
Yeah, and you basically just wasted the 40.
Yeah, you just wasted it. Like I wouldn't. Like unless you just want to do that, I wouldn't. But that's the big. I say like on my end, that's the biggest one I've seen. For trying to like, hey, let's just not do that. Let's just do something different.
So out of all the things that you guys kind of provide, what's the cheapest like one package that you put together here? Would it be like the 275 stuff or?
Yeah, I would say. You could probably build a car. Typically a lot of people like to wrap cars too. But you still have to do the body work. So unless if you have to be in a class where like weight don't matter, just paint it. So we'll do. Sometimes the wrap cars are the guys that care a little more about time frame. So usually they already kind of are coming in with a project to have most of the chassis already kind of done, so we kind of have to look it over. So it's a little bit different there on the price wise because you're going to spend 100 hours going back over, making sure this is right, cut this out, weld this, make that right, fixing little things that you don't necessarily have to do. But I would say like cheapest, like steel components, normal hours, nothing crazy from start to finish. I mean, you could probably do one in 170, 180-ish ballpark. And that's with a steel body. So obviously you're going to have not as much, like you do a little bit body work there just because typically the panels come in separately when you just do like your own skins. Because you'll spend $1,500 in skins versus $8,000 for a body, so it's a little bit cheaper that way.
How small do your projects get? Or you said you don't say no. What if I just went and bought a 19 F-150 off of Marketplace and I came here and I was like, hey, I just want you to put a Whipple on it. You guys do that too, or?
I would say
you'd be wasting your time.
Frame wise,
yeah.
Based on scheduling, I would say take it to a speed shop.
Yeah.
Just because I have so much chassis work inundated. If it's like I want to put a little small cage in there, I could probably squeeze you in because we're already cutting tubing.
Right.
So I think that would be easier for us. I would say, we have done projects like that, but they're usually like I have to plan for them a little more.
Yeah.
Because it's something that we don't necessarily do all the time.
What's your turnaround?
Typically, we can build a car in 650 hours.
Okay.
So that's about 2.5 months.
Okay. Is that after everything arrives on time?
So normally when we normally don't start the project until everything's here.
Okay.
So we can just knock it out. Boom, done. And then it either goes, it'll be at like the longest time frame we'll have that I can't control really would be paint. So like we might spend 2-3 months on it, but we might have it 7 because it took that long for it to go through the paint process because it's behind 2 other cars and they only really work on one at a time because they're trying to get all the detail in.
If you're trying to get an immaculate job like this, that looks like it takes some time.
Yeah, it takes a little time, but I think the end product is good.
Well, even like you can tell when a car has orange peel, and this car really does not. I could crisply, like look from my angle, I could see that those are lights in the shape that they are. It's not all distorted and all that. So,
right.
Which is crazy for a race car.
Yeah, something you could potentially put in the wall.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like, so we always have this debate on this show. It's like, because at the end of every episode, we ask people to pick 3 cars, unlimited budget, daily driver, show car, and track car. And this is why I like talking to race car guys. They're like, well, a race car is a show car. Because a lot of love goes into a lot of these.
Yep. I would say...
Except for the drift guys.
Well, yeah.
Kidding. Right. I love you all.
I would say we joke that we build show mods, not pro mods.
There you go.
Okay.
So they're all show car quality cars. And we proved it. We took our Baba Yaga car, our Nova, to Rick Ross's car show at his place.
Oh.
And won, first place in special entries. So,
okay.
We crunk it up, but we didn't have to. But to win that.
Subtle flex.
Right. Yeah. But
I don't mean to brag.
Don't mean to brag. We were there. I'm not saying I paid for it or anything, but
no, there's just I don't know, man. Like again, I'm very young in this industry, so it's like when I go to like PRI, it's just like you're in Candyland. Like,
right, you have all the cool stuff, all the cool shiny stuff.
Well, it's like the first thing I like when I came in here. I'm looking at the wheels of this one over here, and I'm like, man, that's gorgeous.
Yep. So
you could tell that, and again, it's like, do people get sticker shock sometimes or not really?
I would say so. Yeah.
Okay.
So it requires a lot of like kind of walking through the project, usually on my end. Like, here's everything. And they're like, wow, that's a lot. Like, yeah, but let's talk about it. Like, this is what we got to do. We can do this here. We don't necessarily have to do this here. We can do this instead,
So let's do this instead. Like, so let's talk about like a fully dressed car, like 280K or whatever it is. What are some, obviously we talked about the carbon and the titanium bits, like, all right, let's maybe not do that. What are some other things where you may kick the can down? Yeah, dial it back, kick the can down the road. Like, oh, you're going to upgrade this later probably, but.
I would say for us, shock package, just because there is cheaper shock packages out there.
Okay.
We could do that.
What's a shock package? You said Mensers?
Yeah, Menser. Yep. That we run their stuff. So let's say it's It's like $4,200 for a set of struts.
Okay.
A set of four-way rear shock is like $6,200, something like that. And that's one we can we don't necessarily have to do 4 ways. We can do 2 ways, and that's $2,500. We can do that, and it works just as good. I mean, I know Stevie Fast went, 210 and ran like low 350s on a 2-way. Like, it's possible.
Okay.
You could do it.
Takes a lot of knowledge, though.
Right. Like, they had their stuff dialed in pretty good.
Okay.
So with the 4 ways, you have that realm. But I would say, different brake packages are different. We could do not necessarily do like a strange brake package, or like everyone loves the TBM stuff now, which I love Doug and them. We run strange stuff just because that's what we're accustomed to using.
Okay.
And since we are accustomed to using strange, when we use strange products, when you tell them you're going to use some TBM stuff, it's, I got to pay full price for strange stuff and then the full price stuff for TBM stuff just to make it work, because they don't really coincide easily. But I think they're working on that. So I don't think that's going to be an issue real long if, it's just kind of, they're getting way more popular versus when TBM was by itself. Different wheel packages too. We don't necessarily have to go with the fancy, let's say the Weld brand. Let's say for a big time car, like a Delta, they're like $4,500 a piece.
Okay.
Or you can get a Sanders wheel, and they're like $45 a set. So I was like, we can just do that. That'd be a little bit easier.
What's the trade-off there, though? Is there, or is it just...
we run Sanders. We've run Sanders forever. I think a lot of it's name.
Okay.
Yeah.
You paid for the name brand, and Weld controls most of the industry time frame wise too. I know when it was kind of hard to get their stuff, they were kind of like, oh, it's kind of hard to get, so they're gonna make, or it's they're gonna up the price and then make the lead time longer. I'm like, well, dang. Well, that's when we kind of started looking around.
Okay.
Like, oh, what's the other options here? And there's always new wheel companies popping up. I know a lot of I think Race Star is big now. I know I'm trying to think of some other ones off the top of my head. Can't, but there are other great options. RC Components, we run a lot of their stuff. But if I'm going to go the cheapest, reliable, we're going to run Sanders rear wheels and a Weld front, and they have similar styles where they don't look weird together.
Yeah, these are different on the front and back. Yeah, so I don't have an issue with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It works out pretty well.
Yeah. Give me the wheels out of the clearance bin. I'm fine with that.
Who's your mentor in this industry?
My dad.
Yeah.
Yep. Taught me everything. I'm just say that he taught me everything with this, because there's obviously you can look and watch YouTube videos all night and do a thing, but they're only going to tell you enough, and it's not, if you're in it every day. And he has a process of teaching people certain things where you don't necessarily have to ask the why. Once you know what we use, cool, and then you discover the why on your own. So, been fortunate.
What did he start with? What brought him to this point? Do you know what his first car was?
It was a Chevy 2.
Chevy 2?
Yep.
Okay.
Ran some bracket stuff. Back in the day. I'll say back in the day. Street raced a lot.
Yeah.
And then kind of, I want to say the Orska days kind of made it more go to the track and race all the time, from my understanding.
Okay.
And kind of just rubbing elbows with all the guys. And then when the Orska kind of went away, and then it kind of went into running the Outlaw Pro Mod stuff, so you can make the big jump into Pro Mod. He ran that and then kind of stopped racing for a while, and then in 18 went backwards, and then we went all into radial stuff pretty much because it was on the up.
Right.
Yeah.
What's your guys' big event every year? Do you have one particular event that you aim for?
I would say Lights Out and No Mercy down
Okay.
in Valdosta are kind of our big races we go to.
Okay.
And it's a big week-long deal. We have a lot of customers that go, so we have to, make sure we're there to have support. And we'll have a couple here and there that pop up that I would say in the past, U.S. Street Nationals was a big one. World Street Nationals, stuff in Orlando are kind of the ones we're oh, cool, that's coming back up. We need to go do that. But now it's we have our 6 races we go to. And then now with the no time stuff, it's been fun because the races are, I don't necessarily have to plan for them because they kind of just pop up all the time. But I think that's becoming more structured too. like the normal class races are.
What's track support look like for you guys? Is it something that is included in when you buy a car, or when you go out, you have like a, hey, you pay us this much, we'll be there for you 100% at the track, or do you have like packages when it comes to that?
Yeah, more or less. So we split. So we charge a day rate.
Okay.
And if we have 4 customers, we split it 4 ways.
Okay.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't necessarily charge everyone the full tilt.
Right,
Yeah. It don't seem fair.
Yeah.
We don't want to try to get over on anybody.
Yep.
So if we're like, all right, we're gonna plan on being here. We can get this many guys there. We'll do these things. Obviously, some people require more. So like if I got 2 guys that we're racing with, and I got 1 guy who wants to just do some testing stuff, like, we'll give him, we'll split these guys and we'll give him a little bit of the deal,
Okay.
just because I'm not going to be able to get to him as much, just because his isn't as,
Dire.
right.
Yep. Okay.
Right.
Who's a competitor you respect, or somebody in the industry that you respect?
So it's funny. So a lot of people think that Cameron Johnson down in Florida is our competitor, and not the case. we buy a lot of parts from him. We have a lot of support. I talk to that guy all the time. I respect his work. He does a great job. He has a really good eye for detail, and I think that's why we do so well partnering with parts and stuff, because my dad is very anal on parts, and and I know Cameron is as well, and we give him a hard time all the time. We always there's that camaraderie as well, so it kind of helps with the work side of it.
Okay.
What about tuning?
A factory ECU can get you really far, but if you're trying to get the most out of your car, you have to take your tuning to the next level. Whether you are doing a highly original LS swap or are a glutton for punishment and want to keep your rotary, a Haltech can help you extract top-level performance while keeping your car tolerable to drive. If you go to tunedbyshawn.com, you can schedule a free consultation to see what is right for you and your build, but you can also go there, save 5% on all Haltech goodies using code Minnoxide, and do it all yourself. That's tunedbyshawn, SHAWN.com. Let's get you back to the show.
Is that up to each customer to find their own tuner, or would?
Typically, they have someone in mind.
Okay.
If they don't necessarily, like, sometimes it's like, hey, can you help me? Like, my dad will help get it going. And sometimes we keep them, sometimes we don't. It's no big deal. Everybody kind of does.
As in, your dad will do the tuning?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, and is he mostly well versed in Fueltech? I take it.
I would say has become more well versed in Fueltech.
What was it before?
All MSD.
Okay.
Grid
Gotcha.
stuff. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah. What are you most proud of when it comes to you or your pops or the shop as a whole or everything?
I would say the fact that we get to build so many cool cars for so many people.
Okay.
And they seem to be happy. So if they're happy, I'm happy.
Well, they're doing the Minnesota reviews, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. They don't tell you; they just review it.
Right. Yeah.
Behind your back and stab you and over and over.
That's fine. If
Seems to be working for you, whatever way you're doing it. Yeah.
whatever helps them sleep at night. Is
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
If I don't know about it, I don't know about it.
What's your favorite car that's come out of here?
Ooh. So we did a Duster
Okay.
for the Fire Punk guys out of Ohio. It's a diesel car that we did. It runs an inline 6 Cummins. It's way cool. It's on the verge of being the fastest diesel car, period.
Okay.
It's definitely the fastest door car. I think they ran a 385 at like 199 or something.
Jeez.
Which is pretty crazy for a diesel car.
Yeah.
Is that I saw a YouTube video of a diesel guy came in and interviewed, must have been your dad. Was that?
Yeah,
this
that
car?
was yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there was the purple Duster. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So I would say that's like my favorite because it's the most different thing we've done. I would outside of that, I would say it's our El Diablo car, original car that really kind of started it back for me.
Yeah.
So outside of what we've built currently, I would say it's that car, the original one.
If I called you tomorrow and said I want one of these from scratch, how long am I waiting before you guys get started?
Do you have? I would follow that with do you have a body?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, whenever the body gets here, we'll start in 4 or 5 months.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thereabouts. Because that's usually that's like my longest lead time is bodies.
Okay.
Okay.
So they don't have them just sitting in a warehouse normally?
No, they seem to be made to order more so nowadays.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you guys had any crazy custom bodies come through?
The Gremlin that we did for Brian, just because it's so out there, and like the front end, we had to make the front end because no one makes parts for a Gremlin.
Right.
It's more 69 Camaro than Gremlin, I think, in the front of the car, just because it's the parts we had to use, and like the big cowl on it's off of Pro Mod body, and it's the lower half of the front end's on Camaro, but for the most part, you can't tell. I mean, I know because that's what we used to build it.
Yeah.
Shoot, man. Well, what are you thinking?
I don't know.
Should we rip the final 3 and then maybe do a tour?
What's the fastest car you guys have built?
Fastest car we built would be our El Diablo 2.0 car. We went 351 with a 9 or with an 8 at 214. Mile per hour wise is our Nova. We went 216 with that same ET but with a smaller tire.
Wow.
So
I talked to John Dock about this. We had him on a few weeks ago. I don't know. This all blurred.
2 months ago now.
2 months ago. Okay. Anyway,
a couple days ago.
Because he's doing pro mod stuff too, and I'm like, I watched some in-car video, and what an intent to like race for 3.5 seconds is. That's
wild.
Yeah, you're just and then just done. I'm like, what in the heck?
Right.
That's crazy. To me. So
You guys do any road course stuff too, or?
So we haven't per se. We did a wreck repair on a Saline S7.
Okay.
I saw that on your website.
So that's what they're doing with it as here and there. Okay, so that's what they're gonna do with that car.
Yeah,
that like the Texas Mile and stuff like that. So it's
definitely
really
take
cool.
a rare one-off car and go road course it. That's cool.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
it's wild. I was even more crazy. He bought that car wrecked and was like, "Cool, who wants to fix this?" And no one wanted to touch it.
Oh, I bet.
I was like, we could try. So and we seemed to do a decent job. He was happy. So
awesome.
That's tough. That's got to be nerve-wracking for a shop too. Like this is like a super limited, super expensive car.
Right. There's no way to like, other than just get a new body and do it. It's like, oh, there's no way to fix it. You have to make it.
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, then. Well, let's do it then.
Oh, here's one for you. What's the? What's the most expensive build that's come out of here? And you don't have to say it if it gets you in trouble.
No, I don't. Nothing rings a bell, really.
That's probably hard because you probably have some that have spent more over a lifetime. You know, by coming back and returning.
Right.
Like here's 100 here, here's 150 here, here's 30 here.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of. I think they're all about the same, really. Nothing kind of like when you get to like the 280-ish range, and they kind of hover there, and then we would just, if something were to happen, then we would just try to treat it separately.
Okay.
I would say something that has like latest and greatest, coolest stuff would be this car.
Okay. So outside of the Fueltech, what else is latest and greatest?
Well, now it's gonna have latest and greatest Proline, Hart's Procharger stuff that they're gonna campaign. I think they're gonna pioneer it this upcoming season. So it's gonna be. It was already gonna be running some cool stuff, running like titanium exhaust originally when it was a twin turbo car, but now that it's got the new Hemi going into it, it's gonna be way cool.
Do you guys have a turbo brand you see more than often than not?
Hart's is become popular. I've seen a lot more of those lately. Obviously, you got your normal precision stuff.
Yeah.
That seems to be like every now and then you'll see a Garrett, but mostly it's precision or Hart's now.
Interesting. Okay.
That's like asking people what kind of oil to use. Sometimes it's like there's so many different turbo manufacturers out there.
Yeah.
Well, it's kind of like what you brought up with the brakes earlier. It's like it's what you're familiar with, right?
Yeah.
It's what I know that we can do quickly and what we know works really well. Mm-hmm. Like even with like some cars, like with this car, it's a lightweight car. It's got steel front brakes, only because we know that if the parachute handle breaks and you have to get on the brakes, they won't seize up because we've done that with our El Diablo car and spun it around and wrecked it. So we tried to, if we don't have to, it's like, hey, we can do steel brakes on the front if you want to. No, I want carbon. Okay.
What do you guys run for seats or just safety in general?
Seat wise, we'll do typically a carbon wraparound seat with a DSP pour in, and we run DSP side and custom top pad and a driver leg pad as well.
Gotcha.
If we don't run that setup, if the car can fit it, we'll run the Race Tech seats.
Yeah, I got on a call with Race Tech a few weeks ago, and they're really happy with what John was saying about just the whole safety side of things.
Yep.
So you don't know car keys in your cars?
Here and there. I mean, typically it's preference.
Preference.
It's like, hey, I don't really want to get a Race Tech seat. I just want the car keys fine, no big deal. Okay,
Right.
fine, we'll do that, and then we'll put a nice cover on it. Or like we did a car recently where we did like a houndstooth, like upholstered cover for one. It was nice. It turned out really good.
Oh, that's cool.
Just something to kind of make it look a little pizzazz.
Yeah. Now, should we?
Yeah, let her rip, man.
All right.
I think I got every single question answered. You sir, are a good salesman.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, no, that's good. All right. So at the end of every episode, we like to ask our guest to pick 3 cars. I need a track car, a daily driver, and a show car. You have an unlimited budget. You can build whatever you want, swap whatever you want.
I don't know. I would say show car. I'd pick any C10 truck.
Yeah.
Just because I've always liked the way they look. Just
Okay.
simple. Nothing performance-wise is crazy about it. I just like the way they look.
Are you going to swap anything in there? Or?
I mean, I would. I guess unlimited budget. I mean, I would say, thanks to my buddy, I'm a Mopar guy. I would say I would probably put like a Helifit crate motor in it, just because I think it'd be kind of cool. It'd be a little out there.
Something different, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know of anyone that's done that, so I'm
You could
sure
be
someone
first.
has. Could be. That'd be awesome. Track car. Now I follow like drag track or
You pick the track.
Yeah.
okay. Drag car. I would do 6.9 Camaro, screw blown, 4.9 Hemi setup. Budget wise, I would say just what we run. Just because I know it works.
Yeah.
And I know my dad has fun with it, so I know I would. What was the other one?
Daily.
Daily.
Yeah.
Daily. I'm gonna go out left field.
Toyota Yaris.
Close. I don't mind the newer Nissan Z cars.
The 400Z?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Just because it seems a little more retro style.
Sure.
And I would pick the yellow too, just because.
Yeah.
So I'd say I'd pick those.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's cool.
A little different.
Yeah, I don't think we've had. We probably had C10 before.
I think I've had 400Z on episode 18 with the kid from Colorado.
Okay.
I think because he had one.
That don't count.
Yeah, right. It's like my dream car is right behind me.
Yeah,
we get that answer about half the time.
Oh no.
Real quick, because it came to mind, 4.6 versus 4.9 Hemi. Which do you see more often? Because you mentioned 4.6 earlier too, right?
So we campaign the small block. So there's very few people that have it. 4.9, it's the baddest thing they make.
Okay.
I would say if I had to pick, that's what we'd get. I know we've talked that if we were to get away from the 4.6, we would get a 4.9.
Okay, fair enough.
So just because the weight advantage isn't there anymore, because it makes makes comparable power. It's not as much power, obviously. Let's say it, 4.9 makes 4,000 horsepower, or let's say, actually be more realistic, would be 37-ish 100 horsepower, and the 4.6 makes like 32 to 34 100 horsepower, something like that. So it's off, but the weight advantage isn't there anymore. So there's no, just because it's what we've always had, this is what we've always ran now. So if we were to pick something different, it'd be the bigger 4.9.
I guess another one. Where did this love for, or I guess attention to detail come from, right? Like there's people in the industry that may not provide this level of quality. Where does your dad get this from?
Because that's what stands out. Everyone can build a car. They can't, I think it's harder to build a car that's nice.
Sure.
And I would say that we don't always build the nicest cars because we can always do better.
Right.
So there's always that extra level of detail you can kind of
Sure.
go into.
Sweet. Well, on that note, where can everybody find you guys?
Anywhere, Reece Brother Race Cars, anything that says RBRC, atlasraceparts.com is our website. That we sell everything that we run. And if it's not on there, give me a call because we can get it.
Sure. All right. Dan?
You can find us at Gunna Garage, just on everything, or Mr. Gunna Garage on Facebook, or keep staring at me, it's fine.
2 ends. Come
Well,
on.
now you haven't put the pressure on me on that in a while.
Well, awesome, Quentin. Thank you for making this happen. This is awesome. Hopefully next time around we can get you and your pops together.
Yeah, sure.
Next time we're in Georgia.
Yeah.
Dan, thanks for existing, and we'll see y'all next time.
Thanks again for watching the show, guys. Be sure to go into the description down below and check out all of our sponsors. They are what make this show possible. It allows us to travel the country and talk to some really cool guests. So be sure to check them out, support them just like you support us, and see y'all next time.